Would you raise your hand, please? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter now pending shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you please state your full name?
Jeffrey Edward Epstein, and my residence address is 6100 Red Hook Boulevard in Virgin Islands.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes.
Jeffrey Epstein is dead. 6 years later, we're still talking about him, not in a good way. Jeffrey Epstein was a dangerous man, so rich he bought entire islands. His circle included presidents, royalty, and top scientists. Everyone wanted to be associated with him. Now, those same people refuse to admit they knew him. Behind his glamorous life was a reality beyond imagination. In December 2025, under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, new documents shocked the world. Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, even Stephen Hawking, all connected. If you think the Diddy case was big, Epstein is the ocean. Diddy was just a drop. Epstein didn't just have money, he had the weaknesses of powerful people, vulnerabilities he used to make himself untouchable. How did a school teacher become a billionaire? How did he use Little St. James Island to pimp girls? And what secrets is the U.S. government still hiding? Today, we expose Epstein's twisted empire. Let's uncover the monster on Earth, Jeffrey Epstein. Hard to believe, but Epstein was born into a normal middle-class family in Brooklyn, 1953. Jewish family, Coney Island. His father was a gardener, his mother a school aide. Nothing special, except Jeffrey. He was quiet, socially awkward, but brilliant, especially in math. So smart that classmates paid him for tutoring. Finished high school at 16. Learned classical piano. Normal childhood, no red flags. But adulthood changed everything. He joined Cooper Union, left after 2 years. Went to NYU, left without a degree in 1974. Brains, but no credentials. Somehow he landed a teaching job at Manhattan's elite Dalton School. And here patterns emerged. He gave excessive attention to female students. Showed up uninvited to their parties. Creepy, but also cunning. Using wealthy parents, he connected with Bear Stearns CEO Alan Greenberg. When Dalton fired him for poor performance, Greenberg hired him immediately. From 1976 to 1981, Epstein rose from assistant to partner, made serious money. But in 1981, he resigned suddenly, right when the SEC started investigating Bear Stearns for insider trading. Classic Epstein, sense danger, escape clean. He already had 2 properties, wealth accumulated, but nobody knows exactly how he got so rich, or if the money was legitimate. After Bear Stearns, Epstein started Intercontinental Assets Group, supposedly helping rich people recover lost money. Vague, secretive. He traveled constantly, building connections. In 1987, he met Stephen Hoffenberg, chairman of Towers Financial, hired as a consultant for $25,000 monthly. Then, 1993, Towers Financial collapses, a $40 million Ponzi scheme. Hoffenberg gets 20 years. He clearly states Epstein was his equal partner. But Epstein escaped before the investigation started. No charges, no evidence. Coincidence? In 1988, Epstein launched J. Epstein & Co., serving ultra-wealthy clients. Then came his jackpot, Leslie Wexner, founder of Victoria's Secret. Wexner trusted Epstein blindly, gave him power of attorney over his entire fortune. Overnight, Epstein became a billionaire. Mansions in New York, Florida, and a private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Now he was untouchable, mingling with the world's most powerful people. But behind every great fortune lies a crime. And Epstein's crimes weren't just financial. They were much darker. In 2005, Palm Beach police receive a report from parents of a 14-year-old girl. Epstein had called her to his mansion for a massage, paid her cash, encouraged her to bring more girls. Police investigated. Dozens of underage girls came forward. Same story. Called for massage, paid cash, unspeakable acts. This wasn't isolated. It was organized, a trafficking network. But Epstein was too powerful. Best lawyers, lenient courts. Frustrated, the police chief handed the case to the FBI. You'd think this would explode nationally. It didn't. Epstein kept a low profile, influential enough to censor cases against him. If Epstein were alive today, he'd censor this video. That's how powerful he was. The FBI built a federal case with 36 individuals, enough evidence for life in prison, but it never happened. In 2006, Epstein arrested by Florida police, not the FBI. Why? State laws versus federal. He got bail easily. Federal charges included sex trafficking and conspiracy. If convicted, life in prison. But his legal team made a deal. U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta agreed, drop all federal charges against Epstein and 4 associates. He'd plead guilty to minor state charges. A non-prosecution agreement. Victims' families never informed. Epstein got 18 months, served 13. With work release, 6 days a week, 12 hours daily, could go anywhere. Luxurious cell, rarely locked. Personal office, bodyguards inside jail. This wasn't punishment. It was a vacation. Prosecutors, FBI, police, all knew what he did. All helpless. The deal was later called one of the biggest institutional failures in American history. Victims got nothing. Epstein didn't work alone. His girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell. Unlike Epstein, Ghislaine was born wealthy. French-British, elite upbringing, worldwide connections. Never struggled a day in her life. Then, 1991, her father, Robert Maxwell, died mysteriously. Later exposed for a £426 million fraud affecting 32,000 people. Her brothers arrested. Ghislaine fled to New York. She met Epstein, now rich enough to enter her circle. They became lovers, intimate until 1997. But their relationship was darker than love. Ghislaine became his partner in crime. She recruited underage girls, groomed them, manipulated them, used her connections to bring girls from around the world. She also introduced Epstein to powerful people, Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew. The operation ran undisturbed from 1990 to 2005. 1998, Epstein bought Little St. James in the U.S. Virgin Islands, 70 to 78 acres of isolation. He transformed it. Multiple homes, guest houses, surveillance everywhere. No one entered without permission. Perfect for his crimes. How did victims get there? He recruited them at his other properties, false promises of jobs or wellness services, then transported via private jet. On the island, girls were treated like animals, forced to please Epstein and his guests, drugged for control, paid per session, with incentives to bring more girls. Why? No profit motive. He did it for himself, to satisfy his depraved desires. And his wealthy friends visited frequently, parties where captured girls were used like toys. To call him a monster is an understatement. In 1998, Epstein bought Little St. James in the U.S. Virgin Islands, 70 to 78 acres of isolation. He transformed it. Multiple homes, guest houses, surveillance everywhere. No one entered without permission. Perfect for his crimes. How did victims get there? He recruited them at his other properties, false promises of jobs or wellness services, then transported via private jet. On the island, girls were treated like animals, forced to please Epstein and his guests, drugged for control, paid per session, with incentives to bring more girls. Why? No profit motive. He did it for himself, to satisfy his filthy desires. And his wealthy friends visited frequently, parties where captured girls were used like toys. To call him a monster is an understatement. Released files show disturbing images. Epstein chasing underage girls. One clip shows him defending his acts. If the money goes to good causes, there's nothing wrong. Photos emerged of Stephen Hawking at Epstein Island in 2006, attending a science conference. Allegations of involvement, but no evidence. Bill Gates. Photos suggest he attended parties with young women. Gates denies everything, only dinner parties, never the island. Warning, many AI-generated fakes online. Don't believe everything. The visitor list includes Prince Andrew, multiple visits, Naomi Campbell, Leslie Wexner, Hawking, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton. But presence doesn't prove participation. None legally convicted. Their involvement remains speculation. Clinton's travel records show no island visit. Trump flew on Epstein's jet, but no proof he went to the island. Indian names appear in Epstein's files. Deepak Chopra exchanged messages with Epstein after 2008, discussed Trump's wife, Epstein's lawsuits. Nandita Das and Mira Nair, names mentioned, no direct messages, but Epstein attended events they hosted. Anurag Kashyap, referred to as famous Bollywood director in one email, no direct link. Then things get serious. Anil Ambani exchanged multiple messages with Epstein in 2019, planned meetings, asked for $20 million. Epstein refused, but advised him to put money in shell companies and declare bankruptcy. When BJP won elections, Epstein called Ambani Modi's man, suggested Modi meet Steve Bannon. Ambani replied, Modi on board. Doesn't prove anything, but raises questions. What relationships did these powerful figures have with Epstein? After 2008, Epstein settled civil lawsuits quietly, donated to causes strategically, maintained status. But he forgot one thing: his victims. Girls he abused grew up, their lives destroyed. Some became addicts, some stopped themselves. The scars never healed. In 2015, Virginia Roberts came forward, alleged underage trafficking to a public figure. More victims followed. Epstein, Ghislaine, Prince Andrew tried settling privately, but Miami Herald journalist Julie K. Brown spent years investigating. In November 2018, her report, Perversion of Justice, exposed everything. Game over. July 6, 2019, Epstein arrested, held in Manhattan's Metropolitan Correctional Facility. August 10, 2019, found dead in his cell, hanging, ruled suicide. But many don't believe it. Epstein had information on powerful people. Was he killed to protect them? We'll never know. After Epstein's death, Ghislaine faced justice. 2022, sentenced to 20 years as co-conspirator. Prince Andrew settled Virginia's lawsuit, lost royal status, no legal action. January 2024 and December 2025, Epstein Files released. Thousands of documents, direct evidence of his crimes. But released files are less than 1% of the truth, heavily censored. The U.S. Department of Justice faces criticism for withholding full disclosure. Why? What are they hiding? One viral photo claims Epstein is alive, escaped, living freely, debunked, fake. But in this sea of information, what's real? This case has endless layers. Each email could reveal more. We could make bays of content. But this video covers the essentials: how Epstein's mind worked, where he came from, what he did. When all files release, we'll make another documentary. Uncover every email, every photo. This video took months to make. My entire team worked tirelessly. Please drop a like. Consider membership just for this video. Stay safe. Stay close to loved ones. I'll see you very soon. Bye.